tell me what to make. I don't care about your take. It's my channel, and I do what I want. Wah!
All right, welcome back to Hobby Vomit. I am Matt, and we are going to be playing Enchanted Ivy today. Very excited to do this. This is a little solo-only campaign game, which you're playing through, I think, 11 scenarios. And so, yeah, I just thought I might as well play through on camera. So, before I get into anything else, there are spoilers here if you are interested in playing it yourself. There are unlocks throughout this game. I've not unlocked any. Everything you see here is just for the prologue, so you'll see this as soon as you open the box. So no spoilers yet, but I've not looked beyond the prologue. I'm just gonna play through. I'm not sure how many games I'll play each video. Probably at least 2, but maybe 3 or so. It will kind of just depend. So yeah, let's get into it. You have been warned. This is Enchanted Ivy, and we're gonna start with the prologue. So I'll kind of teach as we go. But before we get into anything else, we are going to start with our little storybook. So you play through Storybook Act 1, and we're going to do a little bit of reading. So, it says, Dear Ivy, you don't know me, but I know you. I know how you feel. I too was once trapped by the expectations of others. Only by leaving the sunny side did I finally understand what it meant not just to be alive, but to live. There's an old inn bordering the forest of the shady folk. Those torn between a sunny and shady life find the inn a place of refuge, rest, and community. It's also in desperate need of a new innkeeper. Regretfully, I can't be there to greet you at the inn, but you will find everything you need there. Should you take the position, I am confident it will be the best decision of your life. Sincerely, a friend. I fold the well-worn creases of the letter and return its green envelope to my pocket, gazing at the rundown inn. It took a month to gather the courage to leave Aunt June and Uncle Cal and head to the crossroads, but now the inn is in front of me. I open the door and find the lobby empty, a thick layer of dust settled across the furniture. The front desk, however, is swept clean. Its wood gleams with recent polish, and atop it lies a ring of intricately wrought brass keys. I imagine the secrets behind the doors of this place, and promise myself that I'll find them all. At least the inn is charming, even if it needs a lot of work. Turn the page to begin. Prologue open for business. I collapse in an oversized armchair in the common room, utterly exhausted. It's been nearly a week of cleaning, but I'm finally done. As I'm about to take a well-earned nap, I hear the stomping of heavy boots from the foyer. A thick trail of spring mud leads to the front desk, where a motley assortment of folk await. Despite my exhaustion, I smile. It's finally time to host the inn's first guests. All right, so on this page, it's kind of what a scenario is going to look like. It's going to have a few things. I know I'm not zoomed all the way in, but that's just the best we're going to be able to do. It will, so going over the actual setup per the rule book, what you're going to do is you open the storybook to the page that you want. It tells you which guest card you're going to get. So we can look here. Here, so these 4 guests are going to match the ones on that guest list. Okay. And we'll look at those in a second. So you grab those guest cards and you grab their matching tokens. Now some of them, so we can kind of look at scarecrows here. This says scarecrows times 4. So you know there's actually 4 of those guest tokens. So I'm going to flip these up now that we've gotten past the idea that there are spoilers. And what these guests are basically scoring conditions. So we'll go over each of them before we start. And then you're also always going to play with this Ivy scoring as well. So this scenario, going back to our scenario thing, we've got 4 guests. And then it has a little hint here thing saying starting the story. This prologue teaches you the basics of the game. To get started, follow the steps in the rule book using this scenario info. So yep, that was step 2, was getting the guest cards and placing the Ivy scoring card. Then you gather the guest tokens, and you're actually going to place them in this bag. So all those guest tokens, so there's, what, 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4 scarecrows and 1 monk, 1 painter, 1 mystery knight. So all these Going to go into our bag. Okay. Then the scenario tells you how many Ivy cards to use. So over here on this page, we've got our draw pile. It says 12 Ivy cards. So you're going to have this deck of 20 cards. We're going to shuffle them. And you want them all to be door side or balcony side face up. So a balcony, just wall. So we're going to shuffle these and then take out 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so these just going to get put aside. They're not going to be in this scenario. Now this is open information though, so I can see what colors are in here. For this scenario though, color doesn't matter, but I'm assuming later on it will. So I'm going to put these aside. Some other things this scenario is going to, or the book is going to tell us, are in layout. So throughout every turn, we're going to be placing 2 of our cards out. And this is the grid we have to make, a 4x3. You're not restricted from starting at the bottom and building up, or starting at the top building down. You're just not allowed to build illegally. Okay. So special setup. Instead of, let's go back to the setups. So we're going to discard random cards until we have the correct number, which we did. Shuffle the rest with the balcony side up. This is the draw pile. So we're just going to leave it like this because it was shuffled already. So this is our draw pile, which we'll put next to our guests. Then we're going to place the starting door. That's right here in front of us, along with any secret doors we've unlocked. So we've not unlocked any secret doors, but per this, we have our starting door. So if you haven't already, you punch out the starting door to unlock it. And once it's unlocked, you can use it in all scenarios. So this door here just scores 3 points. I'll go over how that works in a little bit. It also tells us our goal, which is to have 35 points. That's how we succeed. And a little hint here, your goal, you need to score at least 35 points to successfully complete this scenario. Later scenarios also include a high score goal and optional challenges. Okay, so that's it for the setup. And then it says to draw 2 Ivy cards from the deck and 2 guest tokens from the bag as your starting hand. Now this does say special setup. Instead of drawing 2 random guests, we're going to start with the painter and a scarecrow. So we're going to go find, here's a scarecrow, and here's the painter. Shuffle the rest up. We're going to put this book aside for now. And then we can have a little, a hand, if you will. So we're always going to have 2 guests and 2, oops, this should be door side up, or balcony side up. 2 guests and 2 cards, 2 Ivy cards at this on every turn. So on your turn, basically what we're going to do is put out both Ivy cards. One must be door or balcony side up. Sorry, I'm going to say door a lot. These are doors, these are balconies. It has to be balcony side up, and the other card you flip to its wall side. Now, some things to note. It's going to be hard with the green screen, but I'll just try and do this. Some things to note about these cards. The actual ivy pattern and the flower pattern is identical on front and back. So you'll see this is kind of like it's like a tree shape with 3 flowers and 1 on the bottom. It's identical there, just without the balcony. Okay. So that's one thing to note. When you're adding cards into your inn or whatever, I'm not sure where we're adding them. We're building our inn. When you build it, the balconies always have to go right side up. So where it's an actual balcony. But the other card that you put in your wall, you can rotate it. But it will still be vertical. It just can be, you're allowed to flip it upside down. Okay? So that's one thing to note. I think that's pretty much it as far as putting it down. I can't remember if you have to... Yeah, it must touch at least one previously placed card along an edge. So I couldn't do this. I have to place it like this. Other placement rules are it can't make your in shape illegal. So remember, we're at a 3x4, so we can't go beyond that, or 3 rows of 4 specifically. And that's pretty much it. For scoring, we'll go over scoring here before we start. But so you're going to place both of these cards, and then you're going to place one of your guests. So, and the guest that you place goes onto the balcony that you just placed. So that's how that's going to look. Okay, so he'll go there, and then I would draw 2 new cards and draw 1 guest to replace that that guest I just put out. So after you're done, the deck will be empty. You'll have placed all guests but 1, and then you're going to score. So scoring will look like this. You're gonna look at this little page here, and basically you will score each of the guests, and there's a little symbol for each one that matches the symbol on their cards. Then you are going to score Ivy, which I'll get into here in a second, and you'll score your door. So our door is worth 3 points. Now the rules for the doors, basically, at any point on any turn you can place it. So let's just pretend this were my in right now. Any place or any turn you can place your door. It can only go on a wall, so you can't place it where there's a balcony, and it can only be in the lowest most row. So if I place this door here, I can no longer build below this because it's the door to your inn. It's got to be on the bottom floor. Other than that, that's the rule for placing a door. You can only place, yeah, it just says that anytime you can place an available door in the inn. So I'm not sure once, some of these rules I have to look at once we have like multiple doors or as we get further into the campaign, but it does become your bottommost row. Okay, so Ivy. This is the kind of the funkiest part. So it's just not gonna show up here very well, but a lot of green in this game. At the end of the game, you're gonna score points for having. You want fewer patches of ivy. That's all this is showing. So if you have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 patches of ivy, you'll get this many points. So what's a patch of ivy? A patch of ivy is just a continuous touching patches of ivy. So like this is touching. So this is all one patch of ivy, and this does go underneath your balconies. So this is continuous because you would just treat it as if it's like this. There's just a balcony there. So this is all one patch of ivy. And so yeah, you just want to, make it as much into a single patch as you possibly can. And that's the game. At least that's level 1. So we'll go over real quick our scoring guests. So our painter, which we do have out, there's only one of, you're going to choose left or right, and then you score guests in the painter's row in that direction. So you get 4 points for a guest that's 1 space away, 3 points for a guest 2 spaces away, and 2 points for a guest 3 spaces away. So he wants to paint in a single line, and you can choose left or right, which is nice. And then scarecrows do nothing. They do not have a scoring. They don't score at all. You just count them as guests for scoring other guests. And we'll look at the Mystery Knight and the Monk when they come out. But let's get started on the prologue. So we're shooting for 35 points. And here we go. So, sorry, a couple other things to note. As far as I know, as of right now, color does not mean anything. So I'm sure it will at some point. Right now, it does not mean anything. So yeah, let's get going. So we know we were going to want painter on the far left or far right. So I like this here. And we're going to plop the painter down. And then we have to take our other card and we can rotate it. And now it needs to touch this on an edge. And I could even do this if I wanted to. Now I probably don't want to do that because I want to have a continuous thing of ivy and I want him to paint 1, 2, 3 guests if I can. So I do like the idea of this. Yeah, we're going to do that. That's my turn. Simple as that. You are always allowed to see the upcoming top card. So we're going to replenish by drawing 2 cards, and we draw a single guest. It is another scarecrow. Okay, so we know we want a scarecrow next to this. I like this ivy. Yeah, so we're going to do that. Plop the scarecrow there. And then this needs to flip. I guess we'll do this. So right now we're good. We have a single patch of ivy that's connecting all of this. So we like that. We like that. Drawing 2 cards. Drawing a new guest. All right, we've got the Mystery Knight. So the Mystery Knight scores 4 points if there are no guests and no door in his row to the left, or and 4 points if there are no guests and no door in their row to their right. So they don't want any guests or any doors in their row. That's the knight's shtick. So we want to put him like up here kind of thing. Which I don't hate that. Now this would mean, actually I think maybe I want it. But then there'd be a door there. His door would have to go on the bottom floor. Let's put him on the top floor. And we'll put this to the top like this. So we don't want anything else up here. All right, so we have to flip this. I don't hate this. Also don't hate this. Although, this is actually, I think, the best. I'm going to do this. So now we have our 3 rows, which means that I can never build below this. And if I want to put a door in this inn, it's going to have to be on a wall in the bottom line. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is try and get one more guest here to score the painter, and then just forego the 1 point to put the door and get 3 points. So that's what I'm thinking. Drawing 2 more cards, drawing a guest. Got another scarecrow, so that works out perfectly. Now if I do this, that potentially cuts that off. But I do like that. I may just have to hope this comes into a down. So yeah, we're going to do that. And we're going to place a scarecrow right there. So we're still chilling with a single patch of ivy, which is great. Drawn 2 more. I should have looked at this card, actually. Okay. Got another scarecrow. All right, so we know the last one's a monk. So now that, we kind of get going, can look at the monk. So the monk just gets you 8 points, but you lose 2 points per guest or door touching the monk. And touching is it does count diagonal. It's completely surrounding it. So we know this is going to be a door. We may end up just having to put the monk here, which means he'll lose 2 4 points. He'll get us 4. I guess we could put him up here too, because we're going to lose 4 points either from the Mystery Knight or from the monk. So it is what it is. We're probably going to need to do that. This does let us connect this. Looking at the next one, we could just hope. This is the same kind of shape here, but oh yeah, so we have to place a scarecrow here. That's really annoying. Actually, if we put the scarecrow, oh yeah. I was thinking we were placing them right now. We're not. I do like that placement. Because if we put the scarecrow here, that means the monk would probably go here and lose just 2 points. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and we're going to put the door here. Boom. Just like that. All right, we're drawing our last 2. Oh, it worked out. Look at that. Okay, so we can put the monk here. We can flip this. I think we got just a single patch of ivy. Nice. Okay. Just like that, the prologue's done. See if this zooms in a little bit. Let me... Boom. Let's try and save that. It's an okay camera. Okay, so we're going to score. So we're going to get out our little scoring book. So remember, you'll always not place a single guest. Now in this case, scarecrows don't score anything, so I might as well not place them. So we're going to put that there. And then, yeah, we're going to fill out this bad boy. We're filling it out in pen. This is for real. So you have like 8 chances, I guess. But really, you can also fail forward. So you don't have to replay scenarios. You can just keep going if you want. But we are going to replay it till we get it, I think. We'll see how the videos go. This is just the prologue. All right, so we just score from the symbol. So this is the monk who scores us 8 minus 2 per guest or door touching the monk. So we're going to lose 2 points. So he scores us 6. Okay. And then the Mystery Knight scores 4 points if there's no guests and no door in the Mystery Knight's row to their left. Now, there is no door or guest to his left. So that'll get us 4. And then he would have gotten us 4 as well if there were no guests or door to their right. So just 4 points for the Mystery Knight. The Painter gets us, so we're going to choose left or right. We're going to choose right. And we score guests in the Painter's row in that direction. So here's our Painter. If there's a guest 1 space away, that gets us 4 points. So there is. And if there's a guest 2 spaces away, that gets us 3. So a total of 7 points for the Painter. And Scarecrows, they are here. I'm not sure why because they don't score, but we are just going to put a 0. And then Ivy, we only have a single patch of Ivy, which is crazy. And that gets us 20 points. And then our door is going to get us 3 points. So our total will be, so we got 10, 20, 40 points. I'm also realizing now, because I like to log my plays, I think even though I said I was going to write it in pen, I am going to do it in this, in the BGG stats, or the BG stats. So we're going to do a play score sheet. It's really nice. I know it's probably hard to see here, but it does have a drop down so you can choose what scenario. So we have the prologue, and it's got all the guests there already. So Monk got us 6, Mystery Knight got us 4, Painter got us 7, Scarecrow's got us 0, Ivy got us 20, and the door got us 3. So we scored 40 points. So that is a success. Okay, so that's as far as I've gotten. I've not read the conclusion or anything like that. So I believe we just read the conclusion now. Game end. Yep. Read the scenario conclusion. Conclusion. It is strange being away from the rolling fields of the sunny side, so far from its strict rules and rigid expectations. Here at the crossroads, the only expectations are those I place upon myself, and our frequent visits from the shady folk of the forest. Every day brings something new, and I am brimming with energy and excitement. Look at that. Then this is really nice. These little like bubble things for the prologue. So it says finishing a scenario. If you scored at least 35 points, you successfully completed the scenario. Check off success above. Boom. If you didn't, you can replay the scenario if you like or move on anyway. You're never required to complete a scenario before playing the next one. Okay. And then I believe we will just keep going. Cool. So let's get into scenario 2. Or scenario, I guess technically we're going into scenario 1. That was a prologue. So let's clean up our table real quick. So we're gonna take our guests and just put them in a stack. for now. Take our door, put it here, take all of our cards. Get them on their balcony side, right way up. Add them to our other ones. Okay. So, scenario 1, here we go. Restless. The inn has reached full occupancy, and already I grow anxious that I've made a mistake. First, the knight demands a private room, and now the bard's practice keeps intruding upon the monk's meditation. As I worry at the old wooden desk, a sharp rap sounds against the thick windows of the inn's foyer. When I rise to investigate, I find nothing other than a few black feathers. Day, night, the sound continues at my windows. After nearly a week of this, I am ready to tear out my hair. Finally, I remember a tried and true solution to pesky birds. Okay, so our guest list, we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 this time. So scarecrows are still here. Mystery Knight's still here. Painter is still here, and Monk. So I wonder if these will always be here, and we just only add. Okay, so let me get out the other card. So we are going to need the Bard. And again, I've not looked at any of this, so I'm going to kind of put these up, and we'll look at them together. All right, we've got the Bard. Bard says, score the number of guests touching the Bard. Okay, so kind of like the opposite of the Monk. Very cool. They do have flavor text as well. I'm not gonna read them in our playthrough, at least right now. Maybe I'll feel inclined to in a bit, but for now, that's the Bard. We're gonna get the Fool as well. The Fool. Oh, Fool looks cool. The Fool scores 3 points per wall or gap above the Fool in their column. Okay. So gaps can exist, it sounds like. Good to know. So he wants to be per wall or gap above the Fool in their column. So they want to be really low, and they only want walls and gaps. They don't want balconies above them. Okay, this, I may have to create some more space up here. This might get a little crazy. And we're adding one, oh yeah, because the Bard's out here as well. And then we're adding the Raven Keeper. Okay, Raven Keeper gives me 2 points per guest below the Raven Keeper in the same column, and one point per guest below the Raven Keeper in adjacent column. So he wants to be at the very top. Okay. Very cool. So looking at our draw pile, we're only discarding 2. Oh, I need to I got to punch out these people. So take the Raven Keeper and put him out here. So there's a couple other things in here. We'll look at this and our stickers here and after this scenario. So not in the prologue. But then we need to punch out who we need. So we need the Raven Keeper, the Fool, and the Bard. Okay. The rest of these go over here. Oops. Oh, don't look. There are some spoilers on the bottom. So we're going to try and not look at those. Okay. So our in layout this time is going to look like this. So there's, 4, 4, 4, 4, and then 2 at the very top. Our special setup is instead of starting with 2 random guests, start with 1 scarecrow and a random guest. If you draw a second scarecrow, you may redraw. Okay, so we're going to take a scarecrow out. Let me make sure I've got the right number. Should be 3 other scarecrows. We got the Fool. Well, I guess I don't know where they would go. So, yep, we're going to throw them all in. With our deck, we have a 18 card deck, so we're going to discard 2 at random. Actually, we're going to do this. Makes a little more sense for space. We got our door here. All right, so we're just discarding 2. We've got our deck. I'm just going to keep the, well, I keep the deck here. And, okay, so looking here, I do need to draw, so I'm going to draw 2 cards. Another guest. If it's a scarecrow, I may redraw. It's not, the bard. Okay, so we're good there. So looking here now, our goal is, there's a couple new things now. So there's going to be a goal like normal. So we've got a goal up here, which is just to have 50 points. Now there's a high score of 65. So we can get, basically each one of these gets you like a sticker. But challenges, I think completing challenges, so it says challenges aren't worth points, but completing them helps you unlock new doors. So we want to do some of those. But you have to meet the goal, the scenario success goal in order to complete challenges. So if you get a challenge but you fail the scenario, you don't get to make a mark towards a new door, essentially. So we want 50 points for a success, 65 points for a high score, and we have 2 challenges. The first one is called Clean Up the Inn, which is all ivy is connected in a single patch. That seems hard for a big inn. And then team up with the Raven Keeper. The Raven Keeper scores 6 or more points from scarecrows. Specifically, the Raven Keeper gets 2 points for every guest directly beneath them in a column, or directly, yeah, beneath them in the column, and then 1 point for every guest beneath them in adjacent columns. Okay. All right. So we're starting with the Bard, which is the Bard just wants to touch as many guests as they can. Okay. Here we go. So, actually, I'm going to keep this down here so I don't get confused. Okay. So, I don't hate this for a top card, but we do want that Raven at the top. And the Bard wants, so maybe this is just a good kind of like middle card. This wouldn't be a bad like edge card with the maybe with the Scarecrow. Don't hate that. Don't hate that. Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna keep that. We're just gonna roll with it. So we're adding 2 new cards. I'm sure as I game more as well, I will be more kind of aware of our top. Dang, it's another Scarecrow. So I think this is really solid. And I could throw the Bard there. Yeah. And then hopefully I could get like another Scarecrow here, another Scarecrow here, and then maybe the Raven at the top of that. So that'd give me 2, 4, 5. Interesting. So I'd have to put all the Scarecrows out to get that challenge done. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm able to do that. Oh, sorry, I got to put the other card out. That's not bad. Even though it does kind of take away from the Bard a bit. You could also do something like this. Can we do Scarecrow, Scarecrow? Let's try that. Oh wait, let's look at this next card. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. This is good. All right, next guest is the monk. We've got 2 cards here. Slide this up just a bit. So our 2 middle columns, I mean, we could move over as well. They will have 5 each, and then 4 on the others. So this can keep growing, even up to 2 more if we wanted. Okay, so the monk wants nobody touching them. They want complete solitude. So, like this could be here. And then we could still build the ravens here. This would have to go. This might be hard, but these double walls here. I could always just put a scarecrow here. This is, it's going to be tough. I'm kind of locking myself out. Maybe I do. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Because I do like the scarecrow there. But this does make this a bit difficult. Makes it really difficult, actually. And I almost have to do something like that. Ugh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Um, I think we might risk it here. Do something more like... This next balcony can connect to these. So yeah, I think we leave that. We do something like this. Okay. I can already see this. This might create some pretty serious AP. Ooh, okay. We got the Raven Keeper. So we could put the Raven Keeper here, or I'm thinking I want a Scarecrow here. But these cards are both, well, I can always flip one. So like this, that works pretty well. This might work even better though. Does it work better? That works better because it can kind of go out. Does this card just work better? Like that. It's exactly the same. Right? Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. Although I am losing a Scarecrow there, which stinks. So what's better for up top? This is better for up top. So yeah, we're going to do that and put the Raven Keeper there. And then this card we will put like this. So ideally, we'll get another Scarecrow here. And that will be our row of 5, or a column of 5. And then either this will be the other column of 5, or this could be the column of 5. Hopefully this one. Yeah, okay. 2 more cards. We need another guest. Single Ivy seems really tough here. Really tough. Okay, we got the Painter. So this is... Yeah, I'm kind of already in trouble. That's not terrible, those 2 placements. Gives me some opportunity to put that down. We're going to have a card here, though. So I guess in theory, I could always do... Oh, but we want a Scarecrow here. Maybe we do like... Yeah, that's not bad. And then we put the Painter here, facing left. we put that down there like that? Is that what we do? Man, that is pretty good. It's really kind of bad scoring for the Bard. Bard only gets 2 points per. Oh, it's a scaling thing. So right now we have 2 touching her, so that would get us 3 points. If we got a third one here, it's 5. But like ideally, we'd get one here and here. And we're gonna need a scarecrow in this row as well. I think we just kind of risk it for the biscuit here. Do one of these. Okay. It is the Fool. The Fool wants walls, and there's no gaps in the scenario, so just walls above him. It wants to be low. Interesting. That might be tough. Someone's not going to get placed. Something to keep in mind as well. That doesn't work. That could work. But we lose a scarecrow there. So we can't really do that. What we could do is something like this. And, oof. When we're burning the, well, I guess we could put the, oh man, it's just not good. It's just not good. Like we could put the monk here. Sorry. Oh, but I can't rotate this. I mean, I guess this could work. I hate it. I hate the monk there. And the problem with this one, I could put the monk here. Yeah. What am I not going to place? Probably the Mystery Knight? Because I feel like I got to place the Scarecrow. Well, I guess we'll just see. All right. This might be a problem. Oh, no, he can go at the very top. So I don't know what's going to be helpful up there. It's a Scarecrow. We really need one of these to go here. Or at the very least here. That does not connect. This does connect. So Scarecrow there would put the Bard to 3. Right now, as far as points for the Raven, we're at 2, 4, or sorry, 2, 3, 4 for Scarecrows. So we'd have to put the last Scarecrow here. And there's 2 guests left. One's the Mystery Knight. So the question is, does this... I don't think we could ever connect anything there with that if we do that. So alternatively, we could just give up the single Ivy. Because, yeah, there's... Oh, wait, this would work. The Scarecrow. And get the next card. That would not work. Weirdly, this works. How do I feel about that? I mean, this is a great spot for the Fool. The Scarecrow, or either he did go here or here. These are going to be hard to get single Ivies. I think we're going to do that, though, and just call it a day. All right, so let's see who we get. Ooh, this is a good card. This Let me just zoom out here. So you're going to have to see a bunch of junk over there, but these are going to be bigger than I thought. All right, it's the Mystery Knight. Okay. So this definitely needs to go here. Monk's really just not going to score a lot. He's going to lose 2. So what is this? At any time I can put the door down? Once during each snare, at any time you place in the door. Yeah, so you could wait till the end to put the door, but I might as well put the door here. The Fool works really well here. So this could go here. If this went there, that works really great there too. So I think I do this. Scarecrow is going to go here, and that will connect. Oh. Oh, shit, will it connect? That won't connect. So I got to put this down here, and then just really hope the card under this can work right here. Because I think right now we are fully... Oh. Oh, yeah, because it goes through balconies. Durr. So I got to connect this. Oh, I got to connect this as well. Hmm. And this definitely doesn't. So I'd be praying. I'd be praying that that last card does. Is there any other world where this... I can't do this. That cuts that off. So this has to be here. I could put this like this. Can't do that. This feels even maybe less realistic. It'd have to have all 3. Now it is going to be a balcony. Oof. I think I just gotta do this and hope. Please. Oh, no. No. Okay, it wasn't going to work either way, though. So that's okay. But we're going to take the Scarecrow. Man, we're 1 card off. That hurts. That hurts. So we might as well try and just keep it 2 patches of ivy like this. This will all be 1. That will be 1. Yep. And then, ooh. No, I want the challenge because I mean the knight would give me a lot of points here. It give me 8 points. Scarecrow gets me nothing but a challenge. So am I going for the high score? I don't think I'm going to get the high score because I'm at the painter's getting what? 3, 5. Bard's getting 1, 2, 3, 5. Ivy's getting me 16s, 26. Fool's getting me 9, 34. 40, 1, 2, 3, 43. Plus, what, 6? 49. Am I going to fail? Wait, do I need 50? I might have to put this. Oh no, I'm getting 3 points from the door. Man, that feels bad. Yeah, we're not gonna chase the high score. We're gonna go for the challenge. Okay. That is our final in. So let's bust out the scoring app. We are playing Scenario 1 Restless. So the Bard. Bard is scoring us for guests touching the Bard. We've got 1, 2, 3 guests, which gets us 5 points. The Fool. Fool's down here. Fool gets us 3 points per wall or gap above the Fool. So we got 1, 2, 3 walls. The balcony does not count. So that is 9 points for the Fool. The Raven Keeper. Where are you? 2 points per guest below the Raven Keeper in the same column. 2, 4, 6, and 1 point per guess below the Raven Keeper in adjacent column. So 7, 8, 9. 9 points for the Raven Keeper. The Monk gets us 8, minus 2 per guest or door touching the Monk. So 8 minus 2 minus 4. So 4 points for the Monk. Mystery Knight gets us 0, and the Painter gets us, if there was someone here, it'd be worth 4, then 3, 2. So 5 points total. The Ivy, we have 2. Let's see, make sure we are at 2. So 1 and 2. Yep, 2. That'll get us 16 points. And the door, we know, gets us 3. Whew, we barely scraped by 51. High score is 65. 15, we needed 14 more points. Now, he would have got us 8 more right there, but the Mystery Knight. But we wanted that challenge. Okay, so let's look at the rules now as far as completing things. All right, so conclusion. I'm going to write down my scores in the book as well, just so I've got it, just so I'm doing it right. So we had 5, 9, 9, 4, 0, 5, 16. Oh, interesting. They didn't put scarecrows on this one. 3, for a total of 51. We did get our success goal. So let's read the conclusion. Last night, I settled the guests in their rooms, and I finally had a peaceful night's sleep. After breakfast, the Raven Keeper comes to the front desk and apologizes for the behavior of his flock. They seek those with troubled thoughts, Innkeeper. My deepest thanks for keeping them in order. As the Raven Keeper is responsible for much of the mail through the crossroads, I ask him about the mysterious letter that brought me to the inn. He shakes his feathered head. A sender like that wishes to remain unknown. Perhaps they'll reveal themselves in time. He definitely knows more than he's letting on. Okay, goal stickers. Decorate your butterfly garden. If you get a high score, you earn both stickers. So, this, let's scoot that up since we're about to clean it up anyways. Let's take a look at our butterfly garden. It looks like this. So, whenever you, let's see, I only kind of glance at these. So, game end, scenario success. For meeting the success goal, you place the matching caterpillar sticker. So, on here, there's a little yellow caterpillar, so we're going to find him. Here he is. And we get to place him wherever we want. Let's have him climbing up this little tree here. There he is. All right. Then if we got a high score, we get to place a butterfly sticker, but we didn't get that. And then our challenge stickers. For each challenge you completed, place the matching keepsake. Okay. So we teamed up with the Raven Keeper because the Raven Keeper scored 6 or more from scarecrows. We get to take this raven's feather and where do we put it? Whichever shelf we want. For each challenge you completed, place the matching keepsake sticker on your keepsake board on any of the 5 shelves. But whenever you fill a shelf, you immediately unlock the secret door with the same letter. Okay, cool. I mean, we might as well go for one that let's just do B. B sounds good. Okay, we got our first keepsake sticker. Sick. All right. Let's do one. We might do 2 more. Who knows? All right, so let's do a little cleanup real quick. Put these stickers and butterfly garden away. Zoom all these back down. I'm just going to assume all these guests stay, so I'm going to. I guess I won't throw them back in the bag, but I don't know, man. It feels like it would be kind of crazy to keep. Where am I going to put all these? Why are they so big? So big. Those could have just been regular cards, I feel like. We'll see. We'll see how many come out at a time. Okay. This is fun, though. I like it. Fun little puzzle. It's definitely more AP-inducing than the prologue lets on. Sure. Okay. Here we go. Scenario 2, the space between us. The two young men arrive separately. Sorry, we can do this. Not that anyone can actually read this, but the two young men arrive separately, each inquiring if their friend has arrived yet. They shroud their identities, but I know enough to recognize the telltale signs of House Mongoose and House Capybara. Most importantly, I know the two houses are bitter rivals. As I lead the two to adjoining rooms, we share a knowing look. It is thrilling helping them connect, but I must contain my excitement to avoid alerting the other guests. Should the lovers be discovered, it would be disaster for the Sunnyside court. Little Romeo and Juliet going on here? Alright. We got the lovers. Okay, so let's get our new guests. We got Fire Breather. Fire Breather. Okay, dude looks sick. They do have full art in the back as well, which is toy. All right, Fire Breather once you scores 3 points per wall or gap diagonally touching. So diagonally touching. So max 12 here. Okay. We've also got the lovers. Show that full art. Look at that art. Beautiful. All right, we got lovers. If both lovers are in the same row, we score the number of spaces between them. 0. Oh, I see. So if they're touching. Yeah. So it's a space in between them. Makes sense. Makes sense. We want the lovers in the same row, touching. Okay, sick. What is this at the top? Oh, it might be for endless mode. We've got the washer. Full art. Wow. The washer says choose left or right. Score 4 points per wall or gap between the washer and the closest guest in their row in that direction. Okay. So we want big space between the washer and a guest in the same row. Then we've got the bard. We've got the fool, the monk, the mystery knight, the painter, and the raven keeper. So all we lose here are the scarecrows. So we're going to put them back in. We need to take out their 4 tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're losing 4 tokens, but we're going to gain 4 back. Sorry, we're losing 4 tokens. We are gaining 4 tokens back because we got 1 lover, 1 fire breather. We do have a second lover, and then the washer. Second lover, washer. And you may have noticed that some of these have blue and some have yellow. All that means is they're aligned with like the dark or the light, which as of right now means nothing. That's just in the rule book of that is like an alignment. So I'm assuming that will mean something at some point. Okay, sick. So let's get our, well, actually we can look at our draw pile is going to be the same. We're only going to discard 2 cards. Our in layout looks like this. So we are going to have gaps. So it says gaps are marked with an X in your in's layout. Guests who score gaps do not score the empty area outside the in. Yeah, just the actual gaps. We need 65 points to succeed, 85 for a high score. Our challenges are to arrange a meeting. The lovers score 16 points, so they need to be touching in the same row and have no other guests in their row, which is going to be tough because they obviously can't go at the top. So they have to be in one of these 3 rows, and they'd have to be the only 2 guests in that row. Yoicks. And then distract the guests. The bard scores 8 points without touching either lover. Okay. They get 2 points. Or so the bard scores needs to be touching 4 guests for that to happen. Okay, so they can't. Neither of them can be in the middle. Either the bard needs to be at the in this top one here. This not the very top row. Oh, actually, yeah, it can't be in the very top row. In the top row of 5, and the lovers in the bottom row of 5, or bard in the lower. I guess the bard could be in the middle, just far off to the side, and the lovers in the bottom right or something. All right, we'll just have to see how the cards are dealt. I do wish that they're just gonna have to be off the screen a little bit. Wish these were smaller. Like this, these are huge. I guess I can tuck some and just cut off the names. Ivy we can definitely cover up. The monk. Yeah, we're just gonna have to start overlapping here. Because there ain't enough room. Okay, guests are going in. No special setup. Okay, we do need to shuffle our cards here. Make sure they're all right side up. Okay. Flawless. These are kind of some thickums cards. All right. 1, 2. So we got, we did lose a big boy, Ivy. So you can see the top one. We've got our door ready to place. We're drawing our 2 gas. We need 65 points. Holy. Actually, we don't have those scarecrows anymore, which don't score us anything. Don't scare us anything. All right. We got our first lover, and we've got a raven. So here, challenges are lovers scoring 16, have no other guests in their row. Okay. Raven at the very top is not bad. Although, I really don't hate this, like, here with the lover, and it kind of being like this card, maybe? As far as the ivy goes. And then, like, this could just kind of go here. Then we leave a gap here. Or this could be the bottom right, depending on how we draw. Right. Although we may want to leave that for the raven. So if we were leaving that for the raven, do I like the idea of the bards in the bottom row? Maybe I do. So if that's the very bottom, we could do that. Not as concerned about the ivy here, although can score us a lot of points. We've got the fire breather. So the fire breather wants walls diagonally. Diagon alley. So like could do something like this, and then have the we put the fire breather there. What am I doing here? Kind of already put myself in a weird, funky hole. I mean, this isn't the end of the world either. Although this could be good if like this is the gap. Wall, wall. I'd have to put a wall there and a wall there. Let's just try it. What the heck? We're going for it. The monk. The monk. So this will be a tower. I really can't build in this row anymore until I get like a bard here. Actually, no, the bard can't touch them. So the bard needs to be like here, here. Unless I build, I could always build one more this way. And then put like the, I gotta be really careful about, I want, I still want to get points for, it's just such a good card. As far as like, I guess this isn't the end of the world. I could put the Raven here. We're going to build one above them. I know it's one, but we could always make that a wall for the fire breather. So if I put this here, what does that mean for my build? It means either this would either be a gap, this would be the far right row. I just hate that. I'd have to put the other lever there. Nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I kind of hate this. But we're just going to go for it. Okay, we got the bard. Okay, so the bard here is pretty good. No. Oh, did I screw myself on the bard already? With that placement? So I need to have, what, 4 people touching them? Yeah. So the only way I make that happen is if I put the bard, like, here. And then I go. So that's 5 rows, which means 1. No, I can't even do that. Okay, so I'm not going to score that. I'm not going to score that, unfortunately. But I could still get a lot of points out of the bard. Like here is pretty decent. It takes away from the fire breather, but well, really. So what does she give me? 3. If I make this a wall, it just automatically gives the fire breather 3. But if I put a guest here, it gives the Raven Keeper 2. I think it is still beneficial to put the bard there. And then with this, I could always just do that for the fire breather. It's just not going to be a high score, I predict. Got the Mystery Knight. Mystery Knight, don't hate that there. So that would give me a third guess for the Bard, which would give me 5 points, but also not great for just in general. For the Monk or the Mystery Knight. Monk could be okay over here. Gotta move this. There ain't enough room for that. Monk's okay here. Can the lovers have the door? If both lovers in the same risk with a number of space between them. Yes, they can. This should be fine here. Although This might work better as far as building down. Man, this is hard, putting no guess here. That is tough. Okay, that's what we're doing. We got the painter. The painter could be really clutch here. That's probably what I will do. Let's put the painter there. And then something like this. So how many? We got quite a few more guests to put out. We got, what, 3 in the bag? So we're going to put 3 more guests out. One's going to have to go here. Lover's going to have to go here. And then washer here is actually pretty good. So what's the washer? Choose left or right, score 4 points per wall or a gap between the washer and the closest guest. Oh, the closest guest. That means we really need a guest here and there for the washer, and we just wouldn't put one there. Yeah, we'll have to see. All right, let's let's put out a guest. It is the washer. Who else do we have left? The Fool? The Fool's still here? The Fool's not going to score me nothing. So we're just not going to put the Fool out. Well, actually, he'd give me, what, 3 per wall and gap? So if I put him here, he'd give me 6 points, which is pretty good. The problem is I'd have to also put out the washer. Or no, I could leave the washer out. Put him at the top. He'd get me 8. For no doors, right? No doors, no guests. That would give me 8. I wouldn't put the washer down. I'd put the other lever here. So I'm getting 8. If I put him here, I lose 2 from the monk, but I gain 3 more for that. So that's probably where I'll put him. Now, if I put the washer here, I lose 4 for the monk. I lose 3 from the fire breather, but what would she get me? 4 per wall or gap between. She'd get me 4, 8, 12. So that still nets me some, but then who would I not place? I wouldn't place the Fool. Oh man, yeah, this gets thinky. This gets real thinky like. So I put this here. I think I'm gonna start by putting the knight because he scores me no matter what. If I put the washer up there and I don't put anybody else, she'd get me nothing. So then this, that doesn't really work. This would work. So I'm pretty much committing to not putting the Fool if I do this. I could always do this. That doesn't connect. Also doesn't connect, but is there any world where I put the Fool there? Gosh, it's hard to like math it out. Fool here gets me 6 plus the difference here, another 2. 6, 7, 8. I'm losing 2 no matter what, so it gets me 8. And I get 8 from the knight. That's 16 if I put the Fool there. If I put the washer here, I get 12 and 4. So I think it's the same amount of points either way. So it is what it is. I will just draw my, here's the other lover. The other lover. All right. So that makes the most sense there. Then we know That works great there as far as the ivy. I think we're sitting at just 2 ivy right now, which is great. We're going to put the door. Does the Raven score for the door? Man, the Raven's not going to give me jack. Shit. That's true. This would get 1 more point for the... Guess we'll put the door here. That would give me... The Fool there would give me 1 more point for the Raven. So does that become worth it? Fortunately, I'm cutting this off too. I'm going to end up with 3 ivies. So I think the Fool makes more sense here. I think it nets me 1 extra point. Because if we're going there, I get 1 point. So he himself gets me 3, 6. 1 point for the Ravens. That's 7, 8, 9. Or... Oh no, this doesn't get me even close because... Oh yeah, so this would get me 9. And he would get me 8. No, I'm sorry. 3, 6, 7. Yeah, 8, 9. And if we're counting him, another 8. So that's 17. Where if we were to put her up here, 4, 8, 12 plus 4 is 16. Yeah. So I think this is the move. I think we put the Fool here. We flip this. We call it a day with our castle. Okay. Let's bust out the scoring. It's a tough one. Okay. So we're on scenario 2. The space between us, the fire breather, gets us 3 points per wall or gap. I'm also realizing we should have put him there. That's okay. But 3, 6. The lovers are going to get us 16 points. That's big. The washer gets us 0 because we did not put her out. The bard has 3 guests touching her. So that will get us 5 points. The fool gets us 3, 6 points because it counts the gap. 3 points per above it, right? 3 points per wall or gap above the fool, yep. The monk gets just 8 minus 2 is 6. The mystery knight has no guess or door to its right or left. So it's 4 points each. So it's 8 points for the mystery knight. The painter is going to score 4 points for the fire breather and another 3 for the raven. So that's 7. And then the raven gets us 2, 3, 4. Okay, the ivy. I think we decided we had 3. This, oh, yeah, this is all 1, 2, unfortunately, and 3. So it's 12 points, and the door gets us 3. We got 73 points, so we did succeed. Nice. Did not get the high score. That's okay. We ain't score chasing. All right, let me write these down here. So we got 6 for the fire breather, 16 for the lovers, 0 for the washer, 5 for the bard, 6 for the fool, 6 for the monk, 8 for the mystery knight, 7 for the painter, 4 for the raven keeper, 12 for the ivy, 3 for the door, for a total of 73. Save that. We did get our success. And then, so the conclusion. The taller of the men invites me to his room, where he displays a gorgeous tapestry. Thank you, Ivy. This inn is a refuge for us, a place where we can meet without the pressures of our home. The banners of our houses defined us in the past, but together we've woven something new. All right. Challenges. We did arrange a meeting. The lovers scored 16 points and had no other guests in the row. We did complete that. Fortunately, we did not distract the guests. Yes, okay. Oh, wait. The bard does score this lover. So we had 3 more points for the bard. So we had 8 points for the bard, which put us to 76. It's not that they don't score the bard. It's just for the challenge they needed to score 8, which she did, but without touching either lever. So yeah, didn't complete the challenge, but did still score the lever. Okay, so we got 76. Not that that changes anything. So let's decorate our garden. All right, so we get the green caterpillar. He's going to kind of blend in. So let's just put him near this hat. Yeah, just near the hat. Maybe we'll put a butterfly on the hat. And then we do get a keepsake. We get this lovely little pillow, rug, postcard with a heart. Nice. So we are one keepsake away from busting out a new door. And because of that, I want to play one more game. I want to play one more game, get our new door, and then we will probably call that for the video. So let's read, put all our guests away. So this will be interesting to see if we just keep adding or if we take more away. It made sense that we took the scarecrows away because we had enough real guests. I mean, we are limited to one. We can only have one more guest, right? Because there's only 2 more cards max. So we're gonna have to start taking some guests away. Maybe we'll turn into a murder mystery. And guests will start dying mysteriously. All right, scenario 3, blooming. The more I grow comfortable with the day-to-day tasks of running the inn, the more I notice the oddities. The way the hallways stretch when you aren't looking at them. The way the ivy swirls across the inn to connect its disparate patches. Does the inn change and then the guests arrive fitting in the inn shape? I assign their rooms. Sorry. Is it my intention? I cannot be sure, but something echoes from the ivy each time a guest arrives, a pulse of feeling, a flash of insight. As the sun rises, I watch the flowers among the ivy open, accepting the morning dew. Okay, we do have some new guests. It looks like we have less guests this time. All right, we have the alchemist. New guest. Look at that crazy guy. Pretty cool. The alchemist scores 3 points per space. Here we go. We're getting into the colors now. 3 points per space with white or blue flowers in the alchemist's column. Okay. White or blue flowers. We've got the botanist. Oh yeah, we're going flowers, baby. Okay. I like it. The botanist scores 4 points per space the botanist is touching that matches the flower color of their space. Okay, so if we put him on a red balcony, every red space touching him would give me 4 points. Okay, very cool. We've got the butterfly whisperer. Very nice. Art's really, really good in this game. It is really nice. Very like Adventure Time. Butterfly Whisperer, score 2 points per unique flower color in the Butterfly Whisperer's row. Okay. We've got the cat. Here's our cat. Look at him. Look at that little cat. Starting from the cat, trace a path of guests that touch each other without visiting the same guest twice. 1 point per guest on this path, not counting the cat. Okay. We have the fire breather still in. The fool still in. The monk still here. The painter is still here. The raven keeper is still here, and the washer is still here. The lovers are gone. They came in for one scenario. Makes sense. They got to go back to their houses or whatnot. Hopefully, telling their friends and family of their newly found love. So lovers are gone. Bard is out of here. And the Mystery Knight is gone. Bard, Mystery Knight, you're gone. Alright, so let me put you back in alphabetical order. Mystery Knight, Bard, Lovers. Okay, then I gotta punch out this dude, this dude, this dude, this dude. Alright. 4 in, 4 out. Into the bag we go. So you can see here, we've got 18 cards again. I have a new little fun layout with just a single gap in the middle. We need 65 points to succeed, 85 points for the high score. And our two challenges are to bring a potion. The Alchemist and the Butterfly Whisperer score 15 points total and are in spaces with the same flower color. Okay? And let the cat roam. The cat scores 7 or more points and ends its path in a space touching its own space. The cat scores 7 and ends its path in a space. Oh, I see. So it would like draw out, and then the final space, the final guess it touches would be in a space adjacent to the cat. Interesting. Okay, that might be hard. Maybe. It's nice with the painter and the raven keeper. They all want like things touching. So part of me thinks I'm not gonna place the. There's so many of these cards. Let's see. I guess there's room up here, and I just build over here, and that gives me room here for the deck and the the door. Okay, shuffling here. I mean, the washer wants gaps. Okay, so the alchemist and butterfly. So the butterfly whisperer is 2 points per unique flower in her row, and then the alchemist is the other one. 3 points per space with white or blue flowers in its column. Man, it's starting to get a lot to keep track of. Keeping that down there. Phone to the side. Starting guess. Here we go. We got the botanist and the butterfly whisperer. All right, there are 2 cards. Double yellow. So she wants unique flower colors in her row. The botanist wants. It's 4 points. Okay, so this is great for the botanist. As far as placements, like Ravenkeeper, we want really high up. Fool, we want on the bottom. So like putting the botanist here, kind of just on the bottom left. So the botanist scores points. So this will score the botanist 4 points because it's yellow touching yellow, which is great. So I like that. I'm just gonna keep that. We've got the Raven Keeper. Not great this early. Not great. Unless I just change what's going on here and move this. I could move this like to the very top and just like ooh. Do this and the Raven Keeper at the top here. Now this would mean I could at most get 2 guests under the Raven Keeper. If I put the Raven's Keeper somewhere more like it'd have to be like this. Then I could get 3. I could get 3. I think I'm just going to lock this in. I like the Raven's Keeper up here. Okay. Drawn a guest. It doesn't have to be the very top either. We got the washer. It's another yellow. Man. So the Butterfly Whisper, 2 points per unique flower in their row. So I could put her like underneath here. So if that's the case, this will be a gap. Or I could just put her here. And then put this. What else are we thinking? Like this, I mean, this is good for it is really good for the botanist. I'm sitting at 4, 8, 12 points right now. That's pretty good. In theory, I could keep going. I could go over here. I do hurt the ivy chances though. If I do this, I'm locking in. Oh yeah, but this is already, I have to do it like that. If I do this, I could keep building up here. Like let this be the outside and then build further up. This would be a gap. It would be 1, 2, 3 gap. Not the end of the world. Then I would really want to do that. Let's leave it like that and see what happens. Door. Guest. The painter. Ooh. The painter here would be great. That's the case. This becomes the gap. And I have to build over here, which is just terrible for ivy. Basically, I'd have to make a connection here. Or I could just leave it at not having a lot. This would be a gap. I mean, honestly, the painter is pretty good here. Facing this way. If I could get another guest there, that'd be great. It's white for the butterfly person. It's 3 in a row touching for the cat. I do like that. That means this will be a gap. We're going to have one more thing here, which I'd like to put a guest there. And I could kind of have a cat maybe going like that. So if that's the case, that's not terrible. Make sure I'm... Yeah, so this will be a row of 5. Yeah, okay, so I need to slide this kind of up there. So this will be a gap, and I still need a row of 5 down here. Okay. Let's see what we'll get. The monk. Don't like the monk. I don't like the monk. Monk is really hard to score. And the alchemist one's blue and white. This would be a great spot for the alchemist. Well, maybe. Because we got the white here. Can I get away with the monk here? No matter what, the monk's going to lose too. Or do I go for a big washer? There just won't be room, I don't think. Because it's going to be... Oh yeah, I have a whole nother row down here. Shit. So this is going to be a gap. Which means I could do something like this and this. That's as far as it's going to go. So the monk here wouldn't be bad. Honestly, the monk here and the washer here would be great. Let's try that. Although this does cut this off completely. That's something I'm willing to do. Yeah. Yes, I am. We got the fool. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the fool. He wants to be on the bottom, too. So, here would not be a bad spot for the fool. It'd get me 6 points. Not the best, but it might be the best it gets. Could put him here. 6 is the best I get. Here would get me... I really want the washer there, though, because if I get the washer here, I get 4, 8, 12 points. That's a lot of points. So the fool here helps for the... Doesn't hurt the monk. Helps the raven keeper. Yeah. Unfortunately. Actually, this is fine. Oh, this does really hurt the... Oh, that hurts the washer, though. So the only way I could get the washer down right now is if I did something like this. Washer could go there. I think the reality is, though, I'm going to have to put someone here. So the washer could go here. Why? Yeah. 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 Okay. Don't hate that. And this works for the cat, too. Is there a world... Man, the cat has to get 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think there's a way I can do that, actually. I think I've already lost the cat with my placements. Because that's a score 7 points, not counting itself, and end on the space adjacent. Or I guess it could be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. What's my other one? Alchemist and Butterfly. That one's doable, actually. So I would need a guest here, 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 and here. So I gotta just leave. And these would have no guests. And this would have no guest. So is there any world where I just put this here? Oh man, my brain. My brain. The cat has to start here. Oh, it can't start there because there's a gap. I think I've just lost the cat. I don't think I can do the cat. So if I can't do the cat, if I put the washer here, bummer. Let's just leave it how I have it. How I have it, like this. And so what is the... Maybe we go for Brew a Potion. Alchemist and Butterfly Whisperer score 15 points. And are in the same spaces with the same flower color. She is in the same space. She gets what, 2 points per unique flower color? 2 for 6. We're already at 8 there. Okay. So not bad. So yeah, let's just what is this? 2, 10, what have I done? Oh, I think I had these two things. Oh no. I don't know what I just did. Where was this? Was this stuck out there? Dang, guys, I'm sorry. I may have cheated here. I don't remember what my two cards were. I think they were maybe these two, and maybe that was like that. I can't remember. Shit. Well, sorry guys, I may have cheated. I'm just gonna play these are my two cards, so I need to put these out. Okay. Washer, we said we're gonna put here. That means this. I think this actually maybe is what I had. Purple would be great right here, but I really like another guess there. That does lock in 10 points. Or 2 points. I really want to guess there, though. We need a guest here. Doesn't really matter if there's a guest. Actually, we don't want a guest here. So we're going to do this. All right. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I may have goofed. Cat. Okay, so the cat. People probably screaming at me. We got a purple coming up. This would be great if we get like the rows of blue. The cat just, it's kind of not that good. Just 1 point per. 1 point for a guess, not counting the cat. I mean, it's like the fool would get me, theory, a lot more. Unless I put the cat here. The most this could get me is 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Whereas the fool down here could get me 3, 6. So I think I go for the fool. Something's gonna have to go here for the washer. And something wants to go here for the painter. I don't know how many turns I have left. Really, we want the alchemist here. Because we're going to put a blue here. Dang, we're really just... Although, I might just do this for the Ivy's sake. Oof. Dang, this is really fun, but it is a burner. Okay, we got the fire. How many guesses we have left? 1. Okay. So we have 2 turns left. So the alchemist wants blue and white. Ideally, we're putting this here. Which means... Oh, well, we can't. I mean, yeah, we could, actually. We could put the fire burner here. It gets me 3 points. So there's no... I think we put the cat there. Because then 1, 2, 3... Oh, man. The alchemist and butterfly whisper. Oh, I need... So I'll need a blue. I see. Doesn't mean that she needs to be... Yeah, okay. I see. So I need another blue. There's only... Oh, I got a lot of blue out. Might be in trouble there. I think we put the cat there, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points. I think that's better than we're going to get with the fire breather, which is 3 points per gap diagonally. Yeah. I'm in trouble. All right. So we just got to pray we get a blue flower. We didn't. No. So we're not going to get any of the challenges, which stinks. So I guess we're just going to have to play again. We're going to hit the 2 hour. But I am going to go for a score here, and I'm going to replay it. So So this is great. That's good for scoring. So he'll get me, what, 3 points in the row or column. We want whoever's going out is going out right here. So this would get me 6 points for the alchemist, and this would get me 6 points for the fire breather. So it doesn't really matter. Let's put out the fire breather. Oh, can I not make that happen? Can I make it happen like this? That works. Does this work? No. You son of a... This is the only way this works. Which is really, really inconvenient. Bruh. Bruh. I mean, we gotta put this here. It has 2 more points for the... Yeah. Bummer, man. Can't... That's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, well, that is what it is. Let's score it up. Score it up. Okay, here we go. We are playing scenario 3. I think we did okay score-wise. Although that Ivy, this is... We're going to be hurting on Ivy, I think. So the Alchemist, 3 points. Alchemist is not in the game, so 0 points. Botanist gets 4 points per touching card that matches the color that he's on. So he's on yellow. So 4, 8, 12 points for the Botanist. The Butterfly Whisperer, 2 points per unique flower in her row. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Nice. The Cat. So the cat says, starting from the cat, trace a path of guests that touch each other without visiting the same. Oh, sorry, let me put my door down. Without visiting the same guest twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points for the cat. Not bad. Fire breather, 3 points per diagonal wall or gap. 3, 6. 6 points for the fire breather. The fool, 3 points per gap or wall above him, right? Yes, 3, 6. The monk, 8 minus 2 for the cat, so just 6. The painter gets 4, 3, 2, right? Yes, so 9. Nice job, painter. Ravenkeeper, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the washer. The washer gets 4, 8, 12. Nice. Okay, so Ivy. Oh man, yeah, we are gonna be in trouble with the Ivy. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 points. And the door is 3. 83 points. Wow, we actually almost got the high score. Unfortunately, we didn't. We didn't get any of the challenges. That's okay. Is there no... Oh, yeah. Conclusion. It's a quiet morning, and I reach inside myself, just as the monk instructed. I imagine myself a flower, gently unfolding, opening to the light of the dawn. And slowly, softly, as the light reaches the petals in my mind, the inn begins to move around me. And so, I wonder if I do move on. Like, can I just choose to replay, even though I won? Yeah, if you didn't earn all the rewards, you can replay it right away or come back to it later. You'll never... Yeah, okay, nice. Well, first I'm going to decorate my little thing here because we did get our success. Which is this little caterpillar. This little guy. He's got a little hat. We want him. Yeah, the perspective gets a little. He could be a gigantic caterpillar. I mean, they're already pretty big. This thing's as big as his hat. Let's have him. Whatever. He can be a giant. You're a giant caterpillar. Okay. Save this. Whoops. We did not get any keepsakes. So we're going to run this back. We're going to run this back one more time. And I'm going to try my absolute darndest to make this work. I get that for some reason I was misunderstanding the brew a potion one. It's just we need them to be on matching colors. Makes sense. I don't know what I was misunderstanding. Sometimes you're just dumb. All right. Yeah, it gets, man, very brain burny in like a really good way, but I'm sure this is not the most exciting thing to watch me sitting. And also, I think I goofed. I may have cheated in that one with that one turn where the washer. I don't know what happened. I was too lost in it where I just was not focused. Let's do this. So you can kind of see a little more zoomed in on my castle here when I want to. Now we're gonna get shuffling, remove 2. So we lost a purple and a yellow. So this is actually important to know which ones we've lost. 2. I don't know. Does it say how many there are of each? There's what, 5 colors? Are there only 5 colors? If that's the case, there's 4 of each. 5 flower colors. Okay. So good to know. The monk and the fire breather. Okay, monk and the fire breather. Open this back up so I can see my in layout. Are we doing scenario? Yeah, 3. Okay, here we go. Interesting first guests. The monk is hard. We're going to put him there. And we're going to flip this. So I'm thinking that right now, that's going to be right here. Or here. Because we could get 1, 2, 3. We're guaranteed 3 points with a gap. That's what I'm thinking. Now, if that's the case, guess I do this. Man, it's just kind of stinky for. I guess we'll just do this. Kind of annoying because this will probably be a gap, but whatever. The painter. Don't like the order these are coming out in. And we've got 2 more red, so that means the alchemist and the butterfly whisperer. We're not going to use red. Definitely not using red. Um, I mean, putting the painter right next to, I think that's what we do. I think we put the painter here. Because we can put another person there. And then we want this to be, I mean, honestly, if we could pull this off to where we could get the botanist here on red, I mean, boom, boom, boom. 12 points. Although it does take away points from the thing, from him. But I still think it's worth it. Can't do that. But this is going to be the gap. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. What the heck? That's the gap. Oh, so that's the gap. Maybe I do this. Yeah, sure. We've got a purple and a yellow. All right, it's the alchemist. Not great. Not great. Because we already have a purple and a yellow out. But we also have a white and a red, so really blue ends up being the only other color. Maybe we go for it. So, I mean, blue would be really good, though, honestly. I could put the monk at the very top. I could do something like that. Throw the monk up here. Probably 8 points. Locks in another 3 for the fire breather. Let's do it. And hope we can pull off blue with the alchemist. The washer. No blues yet. Damn. But white's okay as well, honestly. White is fine. So I think we actually. So what he gets 3 points per space with white or blue in his column. So we can get a blue down there. So there's what, 2 more white, and we have to get. Odds are just better waiting for the blue. So then what do I do? Could build out for the washer. Man, I don't hate this. Actually, I don't hate that at all. 6 points. That's a gap. If we're really going for it here. And that locks in the monk. But it's like, who am I? Then I'm kind of leaving the Raven Keeper at like a nada. But maybe that's okay. So he'd be the one I don't place, which means I have to place everybody else. But I don't hate everybody else. Yeah, let's just go for it. All right, it's the Fool. All right, there's our first blue, which is fine. We don't want white right now. Fool would not be bad here. Honestly, wouldn't the best here, but the washer's worse. It's just 3 points for the Fool here. Could do the washer like right here. And start preparing for. I have to put a guest here though, for the cat, I'm going to try to go for the cat. I'd have to put something like this. I wonder if this just makes more sense, but I want the blues over here. I guess I don't need a guest right here. Yeah, let's just try it. This is tough. This is a tough cookie. All right, the butterfly. Come on, white. Yes. All right, we got white. Now he's got 6, which means she has to hit all 10 actually. And I think I've already messed that up. I did. Well, frick. Okay, well, guess I'm going for the cat. Yeah, because 15 total. He's locked at 6. Damn. I didn't think about that. Frick. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not great. Not great. I could put the fool down here. Fool. Man. Because that gap is going to screw it. It's not great. It's not great. I wonder if I just do... It's not good either. It's not good either. This is fine. Guess we'll just have to do that. We'll need another guest there. It's going to be 3 here. Trying to set up for a big botanist. Because we're going to have a bunch of blues. We're going to have 4 blues. But we also want the cat. This has to be a gap. I think I put this here. Weirdly. Oh, but it cuts it off. But it cuts it off. What if I just commit to this? Sure. Cat. So how do we make this cat work? It'd have to be somewhere like this. Yeah, that's fine. We'll need a guest here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna need a guest like here and here. 1, 2. So guess here and here. Which means this is just gonna be another one of those. Got the Raven's Keeper. Oh yeah, we're not placing the Raven's Keeper. It's fine. So the Fool works here, but we can't have him there. So he'll be fine here. It's 6 points. Do we want the blue here or here? I guess it doesn't matter. Of course, this is not going to work. Oh, wait, this would work. So really, oh yeah, but we need the balcony here. So we're just going to have to cut that off. It only gives me 6. What does the Raven Keeper really actually get me here? if I put a guest here. 2, 3. That's it. He could get me 6. Yeah, I gotta do it. This is gonna have to go here. That's a terrible card for that. So if I'm cutting it off anyways, does this make more sense there? I'm still just getting 6. That's fine. Oh, I have to have a guest here. Yeah, and then it'll be blue, blue, and that's just what I'm gonna have to do. Blue, blue. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Oh wait, where's the other blue? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah. Okay, at least it's connected. This feels like I did worse. We are gonna put this door out here though. But I think I got the cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I did get the cat at least. We got the challenge. So let's see how we did score wise. Where? I gotta write down my score from the last time on here. Sorry. Realizing also I was building outside of the camera, but you can see everything. Mostly. So we had 0, 12, 10, 6, 6, 6, 6, 9, 5, 12, 8, 3, and I had 83 points. Okay, so this time, scenario 3, the alchemist gets me 3 points for every white or blue in his column. Gets me 6. Because there's 2 white. Let's see if I can. Here he is. White, white. That's 6 points. Then the botanist down here gets me. He's only getting me 8. Really, this I just did not do very well with him either. Meh. Wait. Oh yeah. So the most he could get is 12. Yeah. Max he gets 12. I don't know what I'm thinking. So he's 8. Okay. Next is the butterfly whisperer. I'm sorry, 6, 8. Butterfly whisperer. She gets me 2 per unique color in her row. 2, 4, 6, 8. So unfortunately, between her and the alchemist, I have 14, and they are matching, but I needed 15. The cat between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The butterfly whisperer 8, cat 7, fire breather 3, 6. The fool 3, 6. Took them very similar to last time. The monk. All right, the monk. We hit all 8 for the first time. Let's go, monk. The painter 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. The raven keeper 0. The washer 4, 8. The ivy. Okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 points. And the door for 3. 75. So we did worse, but we let the cat roam. The cat scored 7 or more points, and its path ended in a space touching its own space. So he did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this space is touching his space. Sick. Okay. Let's get our keepsake. We're going to unlock our first door. All right, our keepsake is a little a drawing of a cat. Yep, little drawing of a cat. All right, here we go. Boom. And now we have this row finished. And so, I'm assuming that's not part of it. We get to unlock door B. So at the bottom of this box, there's this. Oh, sorry, there's expansion. Stop! To avoid spoilers, leave the 3 secret door seats and sealed letter at the bottom of the box. Don't punch out secret doors or look at the backs until you're told to do so. Everything else in the box can be unpacked and punched out normally, including the red starting door. Okay, so we are gonna look at B. We're gonna try and like hide everything else. Boom. B is punched. Hid everything else. All right, let's see what this door. First of all, very cool looking door. This says so now we will go into every scenario with 2 doors, and at any point I can place 1. So I can always fall back on the 3 points. Or I can place this on any wall in the inn. This door's space is fully covered in ivy. So I could like plop it there and then it's just a complete ivy. So like something like these corners now makes it a lot more flexible. I don't love it. I mean, okay, I guess in theory, if this gets me from, like if I'm looking here, if this door can get me from 4 ivies to 3, I net 4 points, which is 1 more than 3. That's math, baby. All right. Nice job. Or maybe not. I don't know. But we have hit no high scores, but we have now succeeded in all 3 of the scenarios we did, including or I guess 4, including the prologue, and we've gotten a challenge done on each of them. Very cool. So next video, I will go into scenario 4. I think there's 11, so maybe I'll do them in sets of 3. In theory, I guess I did 4 here, but it's because I wanted to hit a challenge, and I will probably continue to want to do that. At least hit a challenge. Doesn't matter about high score. I'll probably do that on my own time. But yeah, that's Enchanted Ivy session 1. And we'll be back to do session 2, and that will be up at some point in time. And yeah, this game is super fun. I mean, and in theory, I think very replayable. Obviously, once you stop score chasing, like I'd never play Prologue again. I'd probably never play Scenario 2 again because it still felt, or Scenario 1. Yeah, I wouldn't play Scenario 1 again because that has scarecrows. Okay, so I probably would play 2 and onward. The Lovers feels a little restrictive. I guess not if you're going for the not going for the challenge, but yeah. I mean, even these seem replayable, and there is an endless mode. I don't know what that means, but it comes with these in like randomized in layouts, which is pretty cool. And I guess there's an endless mode, so lots of replayability in the box. Yeah, hopefully, I'm guessing the endless mode kind of just like gives you a random assortment of these, and so every time you just play with a unique puzzle every time. I don't know what these are at the top. I'm assuming that's for endless mode because we've not used those. Yes, that is an endless mode icon. Oh, I see. Underneath the number, there's an infinity symbol, but all of them have it. But this has the letter D. All the rest are numbers. 2, 2, 4, 2, 5, 3, D. I'm kind of curious. I'm just going to look it up. Endless mode. So you create a scenario. So the guest list, you sort the guests into groups with the same letter or number. Choose or randomly select the following 2 number groups or 1 letter group. Huh? Choose or random. Oh, so you'd always do 2 numbers and 1 letter together. Okay. So it's not fully random. Although I wonder what that would. I don't see why you couldn't. I wonder what that would look like if you just do whatever 1, 2. So two number groups have 3 guests each. So you're always gonna have what 10 guests. So I wonder what it would look like if you just also just randomize 10 guests in the in layout. I don't see how it could hurt. Probably less balance, but all right, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Hobby Vomit. I'm Matt, and we will catch you on the next video. Goodbye. Play us out.
Thank you for watching Hobby Vomit. If you like, subscribe and leave a comment.